Hi everyone, we're going to solve each equation and check our solutions. These are the three problems we're doing, and we're using the properties of equality. So we'll get started with the first one, and I want to keep, the way I do it, I keep my, since we're solving for n, I want to keep my n positive. So what I'm going to do is subtract 4n from both sides. This is using your subtraction property of equality. So this gives you negative 9 plus 0, this is minus, sorry about that, equals 6n minus 3. And next thing I'm going to do is add 3 to both sides. If you want, you can get rid of that 0. That's your 0 property of arithmetic. Negative 9 plus 3 is negative 6. And then this is going to be 6n plus 0. We could actually just get rid of that 0 using the 0 property again. Now we're going to use our division property. So we've actually used 3 properties so far. And divide both sides of the equation by 6. That's just 1. So n equals negative 1. Now, we have to use our substitution property of equality to check our solutions. So everywhere there's an n, I'm going to plug in or replace it with negative 1. So I'm going to write down my original equation. And I just put parentheses everywhere I want to do substitution, especially if we have a constant in front. So we have negative 9, and 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. 10 times negative 1 is negative 10 minus 3. So we get negative 13 equals negative 13. So that checks. Therefore, our solution set is correct. Now, the next one, we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it in 2 steps to save time. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the addition property for by collecting like terms here. I'm going to add 4n to both sides. And at the same time, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. All right. So going from left to right, we have 14 plus 0 equals 14 plus 0. Well, that's 14n plus 0. Using your 0 property of arithmetic, you get 14 equals 14n. You can tell right away that n has to be 1, but using your division property of arithmetic, you get 1 equals n. We write this like that. Now we're going to use our substitution property by checking our solution and writing 9 minus 4. Everywhere there's an n, write 1. So let's see what happens. All right. We have 9 minus 4 equals 10 minus 5. So we have 5 equals 5. So that checks. So that means this is your solution. And the last one is this one. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to add 4n to both sides. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to add 10n to both sides because I want my n to be positive. So I don't have to do this flip around thing. So plus 10n. And therefore I'm going to subtract using the subtraction property of equality. So we're using both the addition and subtraction property. You get 0. 4n plus 10n is 6n. And that's going to be 0. And 15 minus 9 is 6. So you get this. Your 0 property of arithmetic says you can write this as 6n equals 6. Clearly, I mean, you can divide both sides, but clearly n equals 1. So your solution set is 1. Because we know 6 times 1 is 6. Now, we got to use our substitution property of equality and plug it back in. So 9 minus 4 everywhere. I'm just going to do this real quick. So what I do is, everywhere there's an n, put parentheses. Now just substitute or replace the n with 1. So you get 9 minus 4 times 1 is minus 4, negative 4, and negative 10 plus 15. All right, so this is going to be 5 equals 5, which checks. So 1 is our solution set. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.